Night is steady now. The world beyond these walls has grown quiet and dim. I sit beside you, here and now. You have carried a long day. You have carried a long life. Some nights, the question underneath everything is simple. Where is my safety now? What is left for me? What is still mine? Psalm 16 speaks softly into that place. Keep me safe, my God, for in you I take refuge. The psalm begins with a plea, not a sermon. Keep me safe. Hold me. Cover me. You may feel that prayer in your bones tonight. Body slower, hands more tired, heart carrying more stories than it can tell. In you, I take refuge. Refuge is not a task. It is not something you build by effort. Refuge is a place you step into, a presence you lean into. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale as if you are stepping through a quiet doorway out of the wind. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord. Apart from you, I have no good thing. Apart from you, not apart from health, not apart from wealth, not apart from youth, apart from you. So many good things have come and gone in your story. Some were taken, some were left behind, some simply faded with time. But the psalm says, the deepest good has always had one source. You may not feel rich tonight. You may not feel strong. Yet if you have Him, you are not empty. Let that truth sit quietly in the room, like a small lamp on a table. You do not have to feel it strongly. You are just invited to rest near it. As for the saints who are in the land, they are the glorious ones in whom is all my delight. Those who run after other gods will suffer more and more. Others have chased so many things: careers, applause, pleasures that did not last. You have had your own chases too. Times you ran in circles trying to make life work without God. The psalm is gentle but honest. That way adds sorrow to sorrow. Tonight, you are not running. You are lying still, and in this stillness, you belong with those who have quietly said, Lord, you are my Lord. Under your wings, I rest. Lord, you alone are my portion and my cup. You make my lot secure. Portion, cup, lot. Simple words, enough words. You alone are my portion, not you plus something else, not you plus everything going well. You alone. Portion means what is mine. Cup means what I drink from. Lot means the shape of my life. You may feel your portion has grown smaller, less strength, less activity, fewer people in the room. But the psalm says the real portion has not shrunk. It is still Him. You may feel your cup has held more tears than you wanted, more bitter sips, more waiting. But tonight, you drink from a cup held by gentle hands. You make my lot secure. Secure does not mean easy. It means held, not dropped, not forgotten. Let your shoulders loosen a little. Let your weight sink more fully into whatever holds you up. You are not falling into nothing. You are resting into someone. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance. Boundary lines. There are lines now to what you can do, where you can go, how far you can stretch. They can feel like fences, but the psalm sees them as lines drawn by a gentle hand around a field that belongs to you. Not punishment. Place. Your inheritance is not a large house, not a bank account, not a perfect body. Your inheritance is God Himself, and every place where He has met you through the years, the long suffering, the quiet joys, the unexpected helps. All of that is part of your pleasant places, even when some days felt anything but pleasant. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. I will praise the Lord who counsels me. Even at night, my heart instructs me. Even at night, God's counsel does not close with office hours. He does not stop speaking when the sun goes down. Sometimes, in the deep hours, memories rise. Verses float up uninvited. A thought of God appears like a small candle. You are not imagining it. Your heart, held by Him, is still being taught, even here, even now. You may not feel wise. You may forget words by morning. But the one who has been your counselor is not finished with you. He sits beside your bed, like a quiet teacher who is also a friend. Let your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest easy in your mouth. Let your eyes, if they wish, drift toward closing. He does not need your sharp attention to care for you. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With Him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. Your physical eyes may not be able to stay open. They do not have to. Keeping your eyes on the Lord in this hour can be as simple as this. When your thoughts wander, you gently bring them back to one small truth. You are here with me, at my right hand, not far away, not watching from a distance, at the side where I reach for help. You may still feel tremors of fear, but under those tremors is a foundation that does not move. Under your wings, I rest. Therefore my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. My body also will rest secure, because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead, nor will you let your faithful one see decay. Some of these words first pointed to Jesus, the one who went through death and came out the other side. Because He was not abandoned, you will not be abandoned either. Your body is not what it once was. You know its limits. You feel its frailty. But even this body rests inside a larger promise. You will not be abandoned. Not in life. Not in death. Not beyond death. Your faithful one has already walked the dark valley. He knows the way through. Tonight, your body can rest secure inside his story. Place one hand gently on your chest. Feel the slow rhythm there. Every beat is happening inside the care of a God who does not let go. You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. The path of life does not stop at this bedroom door. It does not end at this age, this diagnosis, this season. The path of life goes on. You do not have to see the whole map tonight. You only need to know that the next step, and the last step, and the step beyond the last, are all held by the same hand. Joy in his presence. You may feel only a small, quiet peace. You may feel nothing at all. But joy is not a mood you must achieve. It is a river in God that will one day carry you fully. For now, you rest at the edge of that river, in the half-light of this night, knowing that more is coming than you can imagine. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If thoughts of the past come, let them pass like birds across the dusk. If worries about tomorrow rise, let them stand at the far fence of the field. Your portion tonight is not your worries. Your portion is God. You can whisper or only think, Lord, you alone are my portion and my cup. You make my lot secure. And then, simply, rest. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night wraps the house in a soft hush. Doors are closed. Lights are low. I sit beside you, here and now. You are not alone with your thoughts. Some nights it is not the body that hurts most. It is the mind. Words from the day, memories from long ago, fears about tomorrow. Psalm 3 was born in a night like that. A night of pressure, a night of too many voices. Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him. You may not have enemies with swords, but you know what it feels like when many things rise up against you at once. Bills, results, loneliness, old regrets. Sometimes they speak like this inside. No one is coming to help you. You are on your own now. The psalm does not hide this. It says the fear out loud. You can do that too. You do not have to pretend you are brave tonight. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale as if you are letting those sentences leave your chest. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high. The word but is small and strong. Many rise up, many speak, many accuse. But you, Lord, are a shield around me. Not a thin shield, not a shield on one side only, a shield around. Front, back, left, right. You may feel exposed. The psalm says you are surrounded. I picture you sitting on the edge of the bed, head lowered, shoulders tired. Then a quiet hand comes under your chin, not to force, but to gently lift. The one who lifts my head high. Not your own effort, not your own pep talk, God's hand. Let your head rest back into the pillow now. Let your neck loosen. Let your face soften. You do not have to hold your own head up in this moment. Under your wings I rest. I call out to the Lord, and He answers me from His holy mountain. Holy mountain sounds far, distant. Your bed may feel very far from anything holy, but the psalm joins your small room to that far height. You call from here, He answers from there. The distance is not a problem for Him. You do not have to shout. You do not have to get the words right. You can call like this, even only in your heart. Lord, I am tired. Lord, I am afraid. Lord, stay with me. He hears. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. This line is a gentle miracle. To lie down, to sleep, to wake again. Things we often overlook. Things that become precious when sleep is hard, when nights are long. You have seen many nights. You have woken to many mornings. You did not keep your own heart beating through all those hours. The Lord sustained you. Tonight will be no different. You may wake once. You may wake many times. But every waking will be held inside His keeping. Let your hands rest open on the blanket, unclenched, at ease. You are not in charge of keeping yourself alive tonight. You rest. He sustains. Under your wings, I rest. I will not fear though tens of thousands assail me on every side. 10,000 is a way of saying too many to count, too many worries, too many tasks, too many unknowns. You may feel surrounded by numbers you cannot fix, by problems you cannot solve. The psalm does not say there are no threats. It says, I will not fear though they surround me, not because you became fearless, but because you are not standing alone in the open. You are behind a shield. You are under wings. Let that picture sink into your body. Imagine a circle drawn around your bed, a quiet, bright line. Everything that troubles you must stop at that line. It cannot cross without passing through God's care. Let your shoulders drop one more small notch. Let your breathing grow a little slower. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Arise, Lord. Deliver me, my God. The psalm cries out strongly here. You may not have strength for big cries. Your prayer can be as small as, Lord, hold me. Lord, keep me. God hears the volume of the heart, not the volume of the voice. From the Lord comes deliverance. Deliverance is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet, a thought that loses its power, a fear that feels less sharp, a night that passes more gently than the one before. You do not have to measure how much deliverance you see tonight. You can simply rest inside this truth. Deliverance does not come from you. It comes from Him. Place one hand lightly over your heart. Feel the slow beat under your palm. This too is deliverance. Every beat held, every breath given. May your blessing be on your people. You are part of that blessing, not outside the circle, not forgotten at the edge. You are one of His, seen, known, kept. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If accusing thoughts return, let them stand outside the shield. If old voices speak, let them fade like footsteps down a hallway that does not lead to your room. You do not have to answer every voice. You only answer one. Lord, you are a shield around me. Let that be the last line you whisper, or the last line you simply hold in your chest. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night is close now. The day has finally let go. The room is dim. The sounds grow fewer. I sit beside you here and now. This is the hour when thoughts often grow louder. Psalm 4 was written for a night like this, a night between trouble and trust. Answer me when I call to you, my righteous God. Give me relief from my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. The psalm begins with a cry, not a polished speech, not a calm statement. Answer me. Give me relief. Have mercy. Hear me. Maybe your heart is praying like that tonight, even if your lips are quiet. You do not have to tidy your feelings before you bring them to God. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale, as if you are letting that ache rise gently toward Him. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. How long will you people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love delusions and seek false gods? The psalm hears other voices, people who misunderstand, people who chase what does not last. You have met those voices too, some outside, some inside your own head. Voices that say, you are not enough, you are behind, you are forgotten. Tonight, you do not have to chase them. You do not have to argue with them. You can let this one truth stand in the middle of the room. Know that the Lord has set apart His faithful servant for Himself. The Lord hears when I call to Him. Set apart for Himself. You may not feel special. You may not feel strong. But the Lord has placed a quiet mark on you. You belong to Him. You are not lost in the crowd. And when you call, he hears. Not later, now. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let your neck soften. Let your head rest heavier on the pillow. Under your wings, I rest. Tremble and do not sin. When you are on your beds, search your hearts and be silent. You are on your bed now. The psalm knows this moment. The small tremble inside. The replaying of the day. The questions that come when lights go out. Search your heart, not to condemn it, to place it, open and honest, before God. You can do that in silence. You do not have to say every detail. He reads the lines without sound. Offer the sacrifices of the righteous and trust in the Lord. Tonight, your sacrifice may simply be this. You let go of the need to fix everything before sleep. You place the day in His hands as it is. Not perfect, not neatly finished. Just real. Trust here is not a feeling of confidence. It is a decision to lean when you still feel unsure. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Many, Lord, are asking, who will bring us prosperity? Let the light of your face shine on us. Many are asking, where is the good life? Who will bring the solution? Who will make us safe? You may have asked, who will take care of me now? Who will stand with me? Who will see what I am going through? The psalm does not answer with a human hero. It asks for light. Not from screens, not from cities, from the face of God. Let the light of your face shine on us. This is not the harsh light of a hospital lamp. It is the soft light of someone who loves you, looking at you without hurry, without disgust, without disappointment. Let your eyes soften. If they wish, let them close. Imagine that gentle light resting on your face, not to expose you, to calm you. You have filled my heart with greater joy than when their grain and new wine abound. Others may have more things, more noise, more circles of people. The psalm says there is a joy that runs deeper than full barns and full glasses. A joy not built on what you own, but on whose you are. You may not feel joy strongly tonight. That is all right. You can simply let this line sit in the room like a candle. You are not outside the reach of that greater joy. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. This is the gentle center of the psalm. In peace. Not in perfect understanding, not in perfect circumstances. In peace. I will lie down and sleep. Not because I solved everything, not because I became fearless. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Safety does not come from locked doors alone, from money alone, from strong bodies alone. Safety, at the deepest level, comes from being held by someone stronger than all that threatens. You dwell in that safety now, not later, now. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. You are lying down in peace, not because you feel peaceful, but because peace himself is near. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If thoughts return, let them float past like small boats on a dark river. If regret visits, let it sit on the shore. You are already in the boat with the one who holds the oar. You do not have to climb back into every scene. You do not have to rehearse every what if. You can say quietly, even just in your heart, "In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Psalm 23 opens like a warm roof in the dark. A door creaks softly. A small lamp glows in the corner of a quiet room. You are not standing in a crowd now. You are not performing. You are just here on the edge of the bed. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. The words come in like a familiar friend, not noisy, not demanding, just there. You and I begin with need. I know you are tired, so am I. We breathe once as people who have carried too much for too long. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale like you set down a heavy bag by the door. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. The Lord is my shepherd. A shepherd is not a boss in a high chair. He walks close to the ground. He knows stones and paths and weather. I picture a small hillside at dusk, grass brushed by wind, a few sheep close together. The shepherd sits on a rock, staff resting in his hand. He is not restless. He is not in a hurry. You are one of those sheep, not perfect, not impressive, just his. He makes me lie down in green pastures. You do not make yourself lie down. You are made to rest, invited to rest, led into rest. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let the spine lean into whatever holds you up. Feel the mattress under you. Feel the blanket's simple weight. He leads me beside still waters, not rushing water that shouts, still water, a stream that does not argue, a sound that does not demand. I imagine you near that water, shoes off, feet in cool sand, the air mild. You do not have to fix your life in this moment. You are only asked to sit by the stream. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. He restores my soul. The line is small, and strong. Restore, not replace, not trade in. The same soul, the same you, brought back from the edge, gathered from the corners. Your mind has run all day, upstairs and downstairs, forward and backward. Now, very gently, the shepherd gathers those thoughts like scattered clothes from the floor, one by one, without rush, without shame. Let your jaw soften. Let the tongue rest softly in your mouth. Let the space around your eyes loosen. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. You do not have to see the whole map. You do not have to love every twist in the road. You are led. The shepherd takes his own name seriously. His reputation is tied to your care. That is why he does not let go. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the psalm does not skip the valley. It does not pretend the night is always easy. It says, even though the scan worries you, even though the body aches, even though some people left, even though money is thin, even though I walk, you are still moving. Not fast, not strong, but you are not alone. Shadow is not absence. Shadow means there is still a light somewhere. I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Rod and staff, not soft words, solid things, tools of a shepherd. The rod says, nothing gets to you without passing me. The staff says, when you slip, I will pull you close again. Let your hands rest open on the blanket. You do not have to grip. You do not have to brace. Under your wings, I rest. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Enemies may be people. They may also be thoughts, memories, fears about tomorrow. They stand at the edges. They talk. They point. And yet, in the middle of that, a table is set. Not a war room, a table. With bread, with oil, with a cup that is not empty. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Oil on the head, a sign of being chosen, a sign of being honored. The world may not praise you. Some voices may have wounded you. But heaven has poured oil on your head in the quiet. Your worth is not up for debate tonight. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. I hear footsteps behind you in the psalm, not of enemies, of companions. Goodness on one side, mercy on the other. They do not chase to punish, they accompany to keep. When you stumble, mercy is there. When you forget, goodness is there. They follow you into bright rooms and dim halls. They follow you into hospital corridors. They follow you into empty kitchens at midnight. You do not walk alone. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Not a palace, a house. A place with a roof and walls, with a door that opens when you arrive. I picture a small house on a hill, a A light in the window, smoke from a gentle fire. Inside, a chair that fits you, a table that waits for your cup, a bed that knows your shape. The shepherd lives there. He does not rent. He does not move out. One day you will be fully home. For now he brings the house to you in the dark. This room, this bed, this hour becomes a small doorway into that larger home. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow lift and fall. You are not forgotten. You are not outside the fence. You are seen. You are led. You are kept. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night rests on the roof like a soft hand. The hallway is quiet. The lamp in your room is low. I sit beside you, here and now. Your body is here. Your thoughts may still be out walking. Some of them walk through old fears. Some stand at the door of tomorrow. Some whisper, "What if this does not get better? What if I am alone in this?" Psalm 27 was written for a heart that knows fear and still turns its face toward God. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Light, salvation, stronghold. 3 strong words spoken into a frightened night. You may not feel brave. You may not feel strong. That is all right. The psalm does not say, "I am light. I am my own salvation. I am my own stronghold." It says, "The Lord is. The Lord is my light." Not a harsh light, not a cold light, a gentle lamp in a dark room. He does not blind you. He does not shame you. He shows you just enough to take the next small step. The Lord is my salvation, not my improvement plan, not my ability to get everything right. He is the one who steps in when I cannot rescue myself. The Lord is the stronghold of my life. You may feel your life is fragile now. Health, energy, people, plans. But underneath all of that is a strong wall that is not built by you. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale, as if you are leaning your back against that unseen wall. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear. Though war break out against me, even then I will be confident. Most likely no army is outside your door, but you know what it feels like when worries gather like a crowd. Questions about money, questions about health, questions about those you love. 1 or 2 are hard enough. An army of them feels crushing. The psalm does not say the army disappears. It says, even then. Even then, when I feel surrounded, there is a deeper truth holding me up from within. You do not have to feel that confidence to begin to rest in it. You only have to let the words sit in the room with you. One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord, and to seek him in his temple. One thing, not 10 things, not a list to complete before sleep. One thing, to dwell, to gaze, to seek. You may not be able to do much now. You may not be able to go far. But you can do this, even lying in bed. You let your heart turn toward him for a moment. You let your inner eyes look at his kindness, even if your outer eyes are closed. You are not outside his house. Tonight, your room becomes a small corner of that house. Under your wings I rest. For in the day of trouble he will keep me safe in his dwelling. He will hide me in the shelter of his sacred tent and set me high upon a rock. Day of trouble. You know those days. Some of them lasted for months. Some still linger. The psalm does not deny the trouble. It promises a place inside it, safe in his dwelling. Not always safe from every hurt, but safe in the way that matters most. Kept, held, not abandoned. Hidden in the shelter of his tent. A tent is not spectacular. It is simple. Fabric, rope, a small light. But it is enough to keep the wind off your face and the rain off your bed. Tonight, you are inside such a tent, in the heart of God, set high upon a rock. Your feelings may be low, your energy may be low. But in God's view, you are not lying on the floor of chaos. You are lying on a rock that does not move. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your head rest heavier on the pillow. Let your hands unclench on the blanket. You are not resting on nothing. You are resting on him. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. My heart says of you, seek his face. Your face, Lord, I will seek. Deep inside, under the fear and the tiredness, there is a small voice in you that still wants God. Maybe very quietly, maybe very weakly. Seek his face, not his answers first, not his gifts first. His face, the look in his eyes when he sees you. Not annoyed, not impatient, present, kind. You may not know how to seek him tonight. Seeking can be as simple as this. You let your next breath be a way of turning toward him. Your face, Lord, I will seek. No hurry, no push. Just a small turning of the heart. Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. Not everyone has had gentle parents. Not everyone has had parents who stayed. Some have lost those they loved. Some were never held the way they needed. The psalm reaches into that deep loss and speaks something tender. Even if the closest human arms have let go, there are arms that will not. The Lord will receive you, not tolerate you, receive you. Like a home that opens the door and says, "You are wanted here." You are not too old for that welcome. You are not too broken. You are not too late. Let that sink into the empty places. Under your wings, I rest. I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. You have seen some goodness already. Small helps, unexpected kindness, moments of peace that came when you did not expect them. There is more. You will see the goodness of the Lord again, in this life, in quiet ways, and beyond this life, in full light. You are not walking toward darkness. You are walking toward more goodness than you can imagine. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Waiting can sound hard. You have already waited through many things. But waiting here is not pacing a cold hallway alone. It is sitting in a quiet room with someone beside you, knowing that he is not late, even when you do not understand his time. Be strong does not mean feel strong. It can mean this. You place your small, tired heart into his large, steady hands, and you let him be strong for you. Take heart does not mean force courage. It means let your heart be held. Place one hand gently on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. You are waiting, but not abandoned. You are resting, but not forgotten. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If fears return, let them stand at the edge of the field. They do not stand where your pillow is. If dark thoughts come, let them move past like clouds across a hidden moon. The Lord is your light, even when you do not see him clearly. The Lord is your salvation, even when you feel weak. The Lord is the stronghold of your life, even when the walls of this world seem thin. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night leans softly against the eaves. I sit beside you, here and now. Somewhere far away, a storm is turning in the dark. We do not rush toward it. We listen. We breathe. Psalm 29 opens like a low lantern in a windy field. The psalm begins with honor. Ascribe to the Lord, O heavenly beings. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. Glory, strength, holiness. Big words. But tonight they are a roof more than a weight. You carry the day in your chest. I know. Voices, headlines, appointments, regrets. They spin like leaves in strong wind. We start by lifting our eyes above all of that, just for a moment. Not to deny your pain, not to ignore your worries, but to remember there is a voice above every other voice. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale, as if you were exhaling the noise of the day. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord thunders over the mighty waters. The psalm steps nearer to the storm. Water rises, thunder rolls, lightning sketches the clouds. You know storms of a different kind, a sudden diagnosis, a phone call that changed everything, bills on the table, arguments that still echo in your chest. It can feel like you are standing in open field with no shelter. But Psalm 29 says there is a voice over the waters, not just inside the storm, over it. Your fear is not the loudest sound in this night. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is majestic. We let that line move slowly through the room. The voice of the Lord is powerful. It can break what needs breaking. It can hold what needs holding. The voice of the Lord is majestic. It does not panic. It does not stutter. It does not lose control. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. You do not have to hold everything together. There is a voice that already does. Under your wings, I rest. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord breaks in pieces the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon leap like a calf, Sirion like a young wild ox. Cedars are the strong trees, the things everyone thinks will never fall. The psalm says even those are like twigs when God speaks. There have been proud things in your life, proud fears, proud lies, proud memories that said, "You will never be free from me." The same voice that shakes the mountains can snap those lies like dry branches. You do not have to snap them yourself. You just let His words be larger than theirs. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. The voice of the Lord strikes with flashes of lightning. The voice of the Lord shakes the desert. The Lord shakes the desert of Kadesh. Lightning shows things for a brief moment. Sometimes God's voice has been like that for you. One verse, one sentence from a friend, one gentle awareness in the night. For a second, you saw clearly. Then the dark closed again. But the psalm says even that one flash belongs to Him. He is not only in the gentle drizzle, He is also Lord over the flashes and the shaking. The desert shakes. The dry places move. There are dry places in you, tired habits, old disappointments, long seasons of waiting. The voice of the Lord can shake those deserts, not to destroy you, but to loosen the hard ground so living water can come in. Let your hands open on the blanket. Let your back lean fully into whatever holds you up. You are not the one who has to shake the desert. Under your wings, I rest. The voice of the Lord twists the oaks and strips the forests bare. And in His temple all cry, "Glory." Stripped forests can look like loss. Bare branches, no leaves, no shade. Maybe parts of your life feel stripped now. Less strength, fewer people, plans laid down. It can feel like God has taken away more than He has given. But bare trees also mean nothing is hiding. What is false falls off. What is true remains. Underneath what you have lost, there is still a trunk held by His hand. In His temple, all cry, "Glory." Glory is the weight of His goodness, the heaviness of His presence. Even if you cannot say the word aloud, your breathing tonight can be its own glory. Slow, honest, held. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. The Lord sits enthroned over the flood. The Lord is enthroned as King forever. Flood. The psalm remembers a time when waters covered everything. Your flood may be thoughts, appointments, medicines, news, memories. It feels high. It feels like it might cover you. But above every flood, the Lord sits. Not drowning, not clinging. Enthroned. He is not standing ankle deep, ordering you to be calm. He is on a throne that water cannot reach. And from that throne, He watches you with eyes that do not look away. You are not lost in the flood. The Lord gives strength to His people. The Lord blesses His people with peace. Strength. Peace. Not squeezed out of yourself. Given. Given to a tired heart. Given to worn-out shoulders. Given to a mind that has gone in circles all day. You do not have to feel strong to receive strength. You do not have to feel peaceful to be blessed with peace. You simply lie here, under His wings, and let the storm be His. Place one hand gently on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. This body, these breaths, are under a King who sits over the flood and bends low to bless you. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If worries thunder, let them roll past like distant clouds. If old fears flash, let them flicker and fade without chasing everyone. The Lord is still over the waters. His voice is still the strongest sound in the story of your life. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night is deep but gentle. Most of the house is sleeping. Only a small light keeps you company. I sit beside you, here and now. You have made it through another day. Some things went well. Some things did not. A quiet question may be sitting in your chest. Is God still good here, like this? Psalm 34 speaks softly to that place. I will extol the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips. At all times, on easy days, on hard days, On days you feel awake in faith. On nights you feel dull and tired. The psalmist chooses praise not because life is simple, but because God is steady. You do not have to force praise. You do not have to pretend you are happy. Tonight, praise can be as small as a whisper. Lord, you are still good, even when I am tired, even when I do not understand. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale, as if you are letting those words float up, light and simple. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. I sought the Lord, and He answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. You have sought the Lord in many seasons, in churches, in quiet rooms, in hospital corridors, in the middle of ordinary days. Sometimes He felt close. Sometimes He felt far. The psalm looks back and says, He answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Not always by erasing every situation, but by walking you through things you once thought you could not bear. Think, for a moment, of one time you thought, I will not make it through this. And yet, you did. You did not walk through it alone. Let that memory rest in the room, not to stir you up, but to remind you, you have been carried before. You are being carried now. Those who look to Him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. Radiant does not mean flawless. It does not mean young. It does not mean strong. It means light has touched the face. Shame covers. Jesus uncovers. Shame looks down. Grace lifts the chin. You may feel ashamed about things in your story, words you said, things you did, places where you wish you had chosen differently. God is not surprised by any of it. And in Christ, He is not turning His face away. You do not have to hide your face tonight. Let your jaw soften. Let the muscles around your eyes loosen. Let your head rest gently into the pillow, as if you are allowing His gaze to be kind. Under your wings I rest. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all his troubles. The psalmist calls himself this poor man. You may know that feeling. Not just poor in money, poor in strength, poor in options, poor in clear answers. But the story does not end with the poverty. The Lord heard him. God has heard every small, tired prayer you could not even finish. Every, Lord, please. Every, help. Every sigh that never became a complete sentence. He has saved you out of more troubles than you even saw. Some you noticed, some you never knew. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear Him, and He delivers them. Encamps, not a quick visit, a camp, tents, watch, staying through the night. You are not lying in this room unguarded. You are not a small figure in an empty, cold space. There is a camp around you. Some of it you can see, walls, roof, door. Some of it you cannot. Angels, unseen help, God's own presence. You do not have to imagine details. You can simply rest in this picture. You are surrounded by care. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let your hands open on the blanket. Let your back lean fully into what supports you. You are encamped around. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. Taste and see. Not analyze and solve. Not understand every doctrine. Taste. A small, real experience of his kindness. You have tasted his goodness in little ways. A person who showed up. A word that came at the right time. Strength for a day you dreaded. Peace that settled on you for no reason you could explain. Those tastes were not accidents. They were sips from the same goodness that surrounds you now. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. Refuge again. Not in your health, not in your achievements, not in being needed. In him. Tonight, you are doing this. You are taking refuge in God just by lying here and letting this psalm wash over you. Under your wings I rest. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their cry. His eyes, his ears, on you, toward you, not bored, not distracted, attentive. Others may be busy, phones may be silent, the world may seem to move on without noticing you, but heaven has not moved on. The Lord's eyes have not slid past you to someone more impressive. He is the one watching over your breaths even now. He is the one counting your tears, even when no one else sees. Let that thought softly hold your chest. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. The Lord is close to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Broken-hearted, crushed in spirit. You know these words, maybe more than once. The psalm does not say, God is close to the cheerful. It says, He is close to the broken. You do not have to hide your sadness to be near God. The crack in your heart is not a barrier. It is sometimes the doorway through which His comfort comes. If there is a heaviness in your chest, a tiredness in your soul, you can simply say inside, Lord, this is me, broken-hearted, crushed in places. Be close. He is. Let your eyes, if they wish, close slowly. Let your breathing find a soft, natural rhythm. Under your wings I rest. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. Many troubles. You have had them. You could probably list them if you had the strength. The song does not pretend otherwise. It does not erase the hard years. But it adds another line. The Lord delivers from them all. Sometimes in this life, sometimes in the life to come, Some deliverances you have seen already, bad days that passed, fears that didn't come true, help that arrived. Some deliverances are still ahead, full healing, full joy, full rest. All your troubles will one day come to an end. Your God will not. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. This breath is happening inside a story that ends with deliverance, not with defeat. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If anxious thoughts return, let them pass like people walking down a hallway outside a closed door. They do not have to come in. If old fears speak, let them fade like voices from a radio in another room. You do not have to answer them. You are answering one voice tonight. Taste and see that the Lord is good. You have tasted. You will taste again. He is close to your broken heart. He is encamped around your small bed. He is watching. He is listening. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night leans softly against the eaves. The day has gone where you cannot follow. Phones are quiet. The sky is dark. I sit beside you, here and now. Your body is here, but your thoughts may still be walking through the day. Some of them walk past faces that hurt you. Some walk past unfair words. Some stand and stare at people who seem to do wrong and still do well. Psalm 37 was written for a heart that sees injustice and feels tired of it. Do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. Do not fret. Do not envy. The psalm is gentle, but it is honest. Your chest knows the quick, hot feeling of fretting, the small burn of envy. Why them, Lord? Why do they seem to rise while I sink? The psalm answers, not with a lecture, but with a picture. Grass, green today, gone soon. What looks solid is softer than it seems. You do not have to deny that some people did wrong to you. You do not have to pretend that it did not hurt. You are simply invited not to build your whole night around watching them. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale. As if you were letting those faces, those scenes, drift a little farther from the center of your chest. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Chapter Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Trust. Do good. Dwell. 3 small verbs for a tired heart. Trust in the Lord, not in the outcome of the court, not in the apology that may never come, not in everyone finally seeing that you were right. Trust in Him. Do good. You cannot fix the whole system. You cannot change every person. But you can keep your own hands gentle. your own words clean, your own choices true. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Dwell means stay, not run in circles, not move house in your heart every time someone else acts badly. You dwell under God's care. Safe pasture does not always mean easy circumstances. It means there is a shepherd who knows where you live, who knows what you need, who is not late with bread. Let your shoulders loosen a little. Let your back feel the support beneath you. You do not have to live as if you are on the street of the universe. You are on pasture. You are not forgotten. Under your wings I rest. Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Delight sounds like a big word. You may not feel joy tonight. You may not feel much of anything except tired. But delight here can be very small. It can be a soft, quiet turning of the heart toward God, even for a moment. You let yourself remember something kind He has done. You let yourself whisper, even only inside, "You are still good. You are still mine. I am still yours." He will give you the desires of your heart. Not every wish, not every old dream exactly as you imagined, but the deep desire behind all the others. To be held, to be known, to be safe, to be finally at home. Those desires He will not ignore. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. Commit your way. The verb is simple. It means roll it onto Him. You take the weight of your road, past, present, future, and you roll it from your thin shoulders onto His broad ones. You may have walked years feeling misunderstood, feeling like no one really knew what you meant, what you suffered, what you tried to do. But the psalm says, there is a day when your righteousness will shine like dawn. Not because you shout your case, not because you finally get every word in, because God Himself will hold your story up to the light. Noon sun, nothing hidden, nothing twisted. You do not have to force that vindication tonight. You can rest knowing it is coming from His hands, not yours. Let your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. Let your hands open on the blanket. You do not have to grip your own defense. Under your wings, I rest. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Be still. Wait. Do not fret. These are not cold commands. They are invitations. Be still before the Lord. You have been still in many waiting rooms, on hospital chairs, in lines, in meetings. But this is a different stillness. You are not waiting for a number to be called. You are sitting in front of someone who already knows your name. Be still does not mean empty your mind by force. It can mean you stop rehearsing old arguments. You stop replaying the worst scenes. You sit, as much as you can, in the present moment with Him. Wait patiently for Him, not for people to change, not for every problem to vanish tonight. For Him, for His timing, for His way of untangling things you cannot reach. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways. Their success is not the center of your life. Your shepherd is. Let that sentence stand like a gentle fence around your heart. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It leads only to evil. Anger has its reasons. You have been wronged. You have seen things that should not have been done. God is not blind to any of that. But when anger sits on your chest too long, it begins to eat your own peace. The psalm does not say your pain is invalid. It says, do not let the fretting chew through your trust. You can tell God exactly what happened, exactly how it felt. And then, bit by bit, you can let go of the need to punish everyone. In your mind, over and over, refrain from anger, turn from wrath. You are not the judge of the universe. You are a sheep under a steady staff. Let your shoulders drop another small notch. Let your breathing find a softer rhythm. Under your wings, I rest. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. But the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. A little while, from where you stand, it may feel long. From where God sits, it is brief. One day, the names that seem so loud now will fade. The headlines will be forgotten. The proud plans will crumble. But the meek, the ones who trusted quietly, who did good in small ways, who chose gentleness over bitterness, they will inherit what really lasts. Peace, a place, God Himself. You are closer to that day than you have ever been. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. You are not held by the hands of those who hurt you. You are held by the hands of the one who will write the last line of your story. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If faces return in your mind, faces that did harm, let them stand at the edge of the field. You do not have to invite them into your bed. If old scenes replay, let them drift by like clouds across a late sky. You can answer softly inside yourself, Lord, I roll my way onto you. I trust you. I will be still before you. Under your wings, I rest. And then, simply let the night be what it is. Dark outside, quiet inside. You under His wings. Here and now, you rest in Him. night leans softly against the eaves. I sit beside you, here and now. The room is dim, the lamp is low. You carry your own thirst tonight, I know. Some questions circle the mind. Some aches sit in the chest and refuse to move. Psalm 42 opens like a window toward cool air. As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, my God. The psalm does not hide its need. It does not pretend. It does not pose. It breathes its longing in the open. You carry your own thirst for answers, for comfort, for a word that does not move away. We let that one sentence rest between us like a glass of water on a small table. We do not rush it. We do not try to feel more than we feel. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. My tears have been my food day and night. Tears can feed for a long time, not with strength, but with salt. You may know that taste. Salt on the tongue, salt in the eyes. The heart feels both. That is allowed. Why, my soul, are you downcast? The question is soft. It is not a scold. It is not a lecture. It is like someone sitting on the edge of the bed and asking, very quietly, where does it hurt? We do not have to fix the hurt. We only turn our face toward it in the light of God. Put your hope in God. Hope is not a shout here. It is a hand that holds while nothing else adds up. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let the jaw soften. Let the tongue rest gently against your teeth. I picture a hillside after rain. A deer lifts its face toward a hidden stream. The ground is dark with water. Leaves drip. The air smells clean. Somewhere under the moss, a small current runs. It is quiet at the surface, but the water is moving. Your soul is like that deer, not strong, not put together, just thirsty. As the deer pants for streams of water, we let that line become your breath. Inhale slowly, like the deer lifting its head. Hold for a moment. Exhale, like water finding the stones. Under your wings I rest. Deep calls to deep in the roar of your waterfalls. The line sounds fierce, but listen again. It is the deep of God calling to the deep of you. The deep places that words do not reach. The deep places you do not show. All your waves and breakers have swept over me. The waves feel strong. They shake the surface. But the bottom does not move. They are your waves, your breakers. Not random water, not wild chaos. A known sea, a governed surge. By day the Lord commands his love. At night his song is with me. I like that word. Commands. Love is not a weak feeling here. It is an order given across the sky, a command that does not fail. And at night, when plans are quiet and the room is small, his song is with you. Not a loud song, not a noisy praise. A low, simple tune that repeats until the body believes it. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. I say to God, my rock, Why have you forgotten me? The psalm is not afraid of this sentence. It lets the question stand. You may feel that too. Screens go dark, people go home, the room grows quiet. It can feel like God has stepped away. The steps feel heavy. The spine is tired. While people say to me all day long, "Where is your God?" Sometimes the voices outside echo the doubt inside. Sometimes the question is not spoken, but it sits in the air. Where is help? Where is comfort? Where is God? The psalm hands you a reply, simple and steady. Put your hope in God. Not a clever answer, not a sharp phrase, just a small word that opens a door without shaming the night. I picture the tent closed against a gentle rain. I hear water on canvas. I feel the ground firm under the mat. You are inside, kept. Not because you are brave, not because you are strong. You are kept because He keeps you. Under your wings I rest. Sometimes the downcast comes in waves. The psalm repeats itself. The question returns. Why, my soul, are you downcast? Why so disturbed within me? It is like looking in a mirror twice. Once in the morning, once at night. What you see may not change much, but the one who looks at you does not change either. We gather the psalm into the body now. As the deer pants, becomes the dryness in the throat and the wish for water. My tears have been my food, becomes the heaviness behind the eyes and the ache in the chest. Put your hope in God, becomes a small sentence we lay like a hand over the heart. Place one hand on your chest now, if you wish. Feel the slow rise and fall. You do not have to feel holy. You do not have to feel strong. You only have to be here, breathed on by God. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now I rest in you. If thoughts return, let them pass like clouds across a late moon. If fear rises, let it sit on the porch and listen to the rain. Your soul may still feel downcast. That is all right. You are not asked to lift it by force. You are invited to place it quietly into larger hands. As the deer pants for streams of water, we let this be the last line on the lips. Put your hope in God. We let this be the last line in the chest. Under your wings I rest. Here and now I rest in you. Night holds the house in a quiet hand, windows dim, always still. I sit beside you, here and now. You are not alone with your thoughts. We come now to a psalm of shaking and stillness. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Refuge, strength, help. Not far away, ever present. You do not have to feel this verse for it to be true. You are only invited to rest inside it. like stepping into a doorway out of the wind. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale, as if you are stepping into a small, warm room. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. The psalm imagines everything solid coming loose, earth giving way, mountains falling, seas roaring. You may not see mountains fall, but you know how it feels when something you trusted shifts under your feet. A diagnosis, a loss, a phone call, a change you did not choose. It can feel like the floor has tilted, like the room is not steady. Though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. Roaring waters, shaking ground. The psalm does not pretend life is always calm. It sings in the middle of shaking. Right here, in your own small room, you may feel tremors in the heart, waves of worry, surges of what if. We do not deny them. We simply bring them into the verse. God is our refuge and strength, even when the ground feels thin. Let your shoulders release a little. Let your back lean into whatever holds it up. You do not need to hold the world together. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. The scene changes, from roaring sea to quiet river. The sea tosses, the river feeds. You are not standing by wild breakers now. You are sitting by a river that runs through a safe place. You may not feel glad tonight. That is all right. The river does not depend on your feelings. It flows because God is there. I picture clear water sliding over smooth stones, trees leaning over the bank, light touching the surface in soft lines. Somewhere in the middle of your tired thoughts, there runs a quiet stream of grace. You may not hear it loudly, but it is there. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. At break of day. You may be lying awake in the break of night, but day will come. The psalm looks ahead to a time you have not reached yet. God is within, not visiting, dwelling. You may feel like you are always on the edge, one push away from collapse. But the psalm whispers another story. You are held from inside by a presence that does not leave. Place one hand over your chest if you wish. Feel the slow beat under your palm. You are not empty. You are not hollow space. You are a place where God has chosen to live. Under your wings I rest. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice. The earth melts. The psalm knows the noise of the world. Headlines, arguments, rumors, conflicts far away that still weigh on the heart. Your life may feel small next to all that. A bed in a quiet room. A body that tires faster than it used to. But the psalm reminds you, above every loud voice, there is a voice that does not shout to be heard. He lifts his voice, and the earth yields. You do not have to control the nations. You do not have to carry the world on your shoulders. Let your jaw soften. Let the tongue rest gently in your mouth. Let the space around your eyes loosen. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. With us. Not only with the strong, not only with the young, with you, now. Fortress again. The wall you lean on is not your own resolve. It is His name, His history, His promises. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations He has brought on the earth. The psalm looks at ruined weapons, broken bows, shattered spears, burned shields. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. There are battles you remember, some on the outside, some inside your own heart. Habits you wrestled, fears you dragged through the years, griefs you did not think you could survive. Yet here you are, still breathing. Some battles ended not because you won them, but because God gently removed the weapon from your hand and said, "Enough." You are allowed to lay down even the inner battles tonight. You do not have to fight every thought. You can let some of them go out like a fire left to cool. Be still and know that I am God. This is the quiet center of the psalm. Be still. Not fix, not prove, not perform. Be still and know. Not know everything, not know the timeline, not know how it all will work out. Know this: I am God. He is God. You are not. Strangely, that is not bad news. It is rest. You do not have to hold what only He can hold. Let your hands uncurl on the blanket. Let your fingers soften. Let your breathing find a slow, natural pace. You can pray this in your chest now, even without words on your lips. Be still. I know you are God. I am not. I rest. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. We let this line be like a soft bell in the distance. With us. Fortress. Not an idea. A presence. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If fears return, let them stand at the edge of the field. The fortress wall stands between. If thoughts grow loud, let them pass like carts on a distant road. Inside these walls, it is night, and it is safe. The earth may shift, plans may change, bodies may weaken, but the one who holds you does not move. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night has settled around the house. The hallway is quiet. Only this small room holds a light. I sit beside you, here and now. Your body is still. Your thoughts may not be. Some fears shout. Some fears whisper. Some just sit beside the bed and breathe heavily in the dark. Psalm 56 knows that feeling. It is a psalm for a heart that has been hunted, chased, misunderstood, afraid. Be merciful to me, my God, for my enemies are in hot pursuit. All day long they press their attack. You may not have enemies with weapons, but you know what it feels like when fear will not leave you alone. Thoughts that circle, memories that sting, questions that do not stop. All day long they press. The psalm does not pretend this is easy. It does not say, just be stronger. It says, be merciful to me, my God. That is where we begin. Not with your courage, with His mercy. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale as if you were letting that prayer rise gently toward Him. Be merciful to me, my God. I fear, I breathe, I surrender. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you, in God, whose word I praise. In God I trust and am not afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? The psalm does not say, if I am afraid. It says, when I am afraid. Fear is assumed. It visits every life. It visits yours. But fear does not get the last word. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you, not in myself, not in a feeling, not in a plan, in you. Trust here is not a sudden rush of courage. It is a small turning, a quiet decision to lean your weight onto God, even while your knees still shake. You can pray it simply, even without moving your lips. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. Let your shoulders soften. Let your neck sink a little deeper into the pillow. You do not have to be unafraid to be His. You are allowed to be afraid and still lean. Under your wings I rest. All day long they twist my words. All their schemes are for my ruin. They conspire, they lurk, they watch my steps, hoping to take my life. David speaks of people. You may hear this in terms of thoughts. Some thoughts twist your memories. They tell you stories about yourself that are harsher than God ever spoke. Some thoughts lurk. They wait until the room is quiet. They watch your steps, your weaknesses, your regrets, and say, this will be your end. But the psalm does not leave you there. Record my misery. List my tears on your scroll. Are they not in your record? Another translation says, you have kept count of my tossings. Put my tears in your bottle. Your sleepless turns in the night have been counted. Every toss, every sigh, every tear you wiped away quickly so no one else would see. Not one has been lost to God's attention. He has not been absent from your worst nights. Let that sink gently into your chest. The bed has not held you alone. The pillow has not caught all the tears by itself. He has been here, quiet, watching, keeping count with tenderness, not with cold numbers. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Then my enemies will turn back when I call for help. By this I will know that God is for me. God is for me. These words are small and heavy with comfort. You have met many voices in your life. Some were for you. Some were against you. Some were for you for a while and then left. But over all those voices, the psalm lifts this truth. God is for you, not against you, not neutral. For you. Not because you have been perfect, not because you have never failed, because He chose you, because He loves you. You can whisper this, even only inside. God is for me. Not for some imaginary version of you. For you, here, in this room, with this body, this history, this night. Under your wings, I rest. In God, whose word I praise. In the Lord, whose word I praise. In God I trust and am not afraid. What can man do to me? People have already done many things to you. Some were kind, some were not. But there is a part of you that no human has ever fully touched. The deepest you. That place is held by God. No insult, no betrayal, no failure, no illness can reach in there and take you away from Him. In God I trust and am not afraid. The fear may still move on the surface, but underneath, like a deep, slow river, there is a trust that does not depend on your mood. God holds you even when your fingers feel too tired to hold Him. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. I am under vows to you, my God. I will present my thank offerings to you. For you have delivered me from death and my feet from stumbling, that I may walk before God in the light of life. You are under vows to God. Not the vow to be perfect, not the vow to never feel fear again. The deeper vow already spoken over you in Christ. You are mine. I will be your God. You will be my child. He has delivered you from death more than once. Every year you have lived. Every time your heart kept beating as you slept, as you walked, as you sat in waiting rooms. Every time you turned back to Him after wandering. All of that has been His quiet deliverance. Under your wings I rest. Here and now I rest in you. If fear sits at the edge of the bed, let it stay there. It does not get to sit on your chest. If old voices tell you that you are alone, answer them gently in your heart. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. God is for me. Then let those voices fade like footsteps down a hallway that does not lead to your room. You are not alone. Quiet fears that do not lave. Psalm 61 begins right there. Hear my cry, O God. Listen to my prayer. The words are simple. No fancy language, no long explanations. Here, listen. You can pray that tonight without you call as you grow faint. In the middle of the weakness, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. You are not asked to climb that rock by yourself. You are not asked to be the rock. You are invited. You might not have called it miracle. He did. Think, if you wish, of one time you thought, I will not make it through. And yet you are here. That, too, was tower. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. I long to dwell in your tent forever and take refuge in the shelter of your wings. Tent, not palace. A small, simple place with fabric walls and a low light. You are not asking for grand halls. You are asking for presence. To be where He is. To be near. Take refuge in soft covering, holding the night off your skin. Under your wings I rest. For you, God, have heard my vows. You have given me the heritage of those who fear your name. There were days when you promised God things. I will follow you. I will trust you. I will keep holding on. Some days you kept those vows well. Some days you did not. But God heard. He did not forget. He knows for you these words. You say His name in small prayers. You forgive where you can. You say thank you for tiny gifts. Light, air, a drink of water, a hand that helps you. None of that is overlooked. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. Every breath tonight is one more way you live out your yes to Him. He sees. He remembers. He delights. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now I rest in you. If your heart feels overwhelmed again, you can pray Psalm 61 in one line. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. You are not asked to lift yourself. You are led. If fear comes close, let it stand at the edge of the room. You do not have to invite it onto the bed. You can answer softly, even only inside. When my heart is faint, I call to you. You are my refuge. You are my tower. Under your wings I rest. And then, simply lie here as you are. Small, tired, loved. The rock beneath you is higher than you, stronger than you, kinder than you know. Under your wings I rest. Here and now I rest in you. Night is quiet now. The noise of the day has thinned. Even the house seems to breathe slower. I sit beside you, here and now. You do not have to be strong in this moment. We come to a psalm that speaks softly about rest. Psalm 62. Truly my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from Him. The psalm begins with rest, not with work. With God's action, not with yours. Your soul is tired. Your body may be tired too. bones, joints, thoughts. You have tried to find rest in plans, in screens, in people, in getting everything under control. Tonight, the psalm offers another place. Not a plan, a person. My soul finds rest in God. We let that line sit between us like a cup of warm water on the bedside table. Simple. Enough. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale, as if you are setting down a heavy bag just inside the door. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Truly, He is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will never be shaken. Rock, salvation, fortress. Strong words for a heart that feels thin. You may feel shaken by many things. Health, money, words someone said, silence someone left. But under all that, there is a rock that does not move. You are not asked to be that rock. You are asked to lean on it. Let your shoulders rest a little heavier on the pillow. Let your back yield to the mattress or chair. You do not have to hold yourself up by will alone. Truly, He is my rock and my salvation. We whisper it, not to force belief, but to give the heart a place to land. Under your wings I rest. How long will you assault me? David asks. How long will all of you attack me? He speaks to the pressures, the people, the voices. You may have your own how long. How long will this ache stay? How long will this worry return? How long will this loneliness sit in the chair by the bed? The psalm does not scold the question. It lets it stand. Then it answers, not with a schedule, but with a certainty. Yes, my soul, find rest in God. My hope comes from Him. Hope is not a mood here, not a positive feeling you must squeeze out of yourself. Hope is a direction, a person you lean toward. Truly, He is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will not be shaken. The words repeat, not because God forgot, but because we forget. We let them wash over us like a small tide across sand. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Trust in Him at all times, you people. Pour out your hearts to Him, for God is our refuge. Trust at all times can sound big. Tonight, it is small. Trust looks like this. You lying here, letting yourself be kept, even without answers. Pour out your heart. You do not have to pour neatly. You do not have to explain everything in perfect order. You can pour like water, slow, broken, in sighs and in silence. God is our refuge. Refuge is not a test you pass, it is a place you hide. Let your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. Let your hands unclench on the blanket. You can say quietly, even only inside, here is my fear. Here is my frustration. Here is my sadness. I pour it out to you. Under your wings, I rest. Surely the low-born are but a breath, the high-born are but a lie. If weighed on a balance, they are nothing. Together, they are only a breath. The psalm looks at human importance, status, power, names that seem big on earth. All of it, compared to God, is a breath. The opinions that wounded you, the people who seemed huge in your story, the judgments that still echo, breath. Real, but not final. Do not trust in extortion, or put vain hope in stolen goods. Though your riches increase, do not set your heart on them. Your life's worth is not in the things you own or the successes you can list. It is easy to set the heart on numbers, on possessions, on what can be counted. But the psalm invites you to set your heart somewhere else, not on what can be lost, on who cannot be lost. Let that thought loosen your chest a little. Your value tonight is not up for debate. I fear, I breathe, I surrender. One thing God has spoken, two things I have heard. Power belongs to you, God, and with you, Lord, is unfailing love. Power and love. In God, they are never separated. Power without love is harsh. Love without power is helpless. But in Him, power holds you, and love softens the hold. Power belongs to God, not to your fear, not to your past, not to the illness, not to the unknown. Unfailing love is with Him. Not sometimes love, not if you perform well love. Unfailing. The day may have failed you. Your body may have failed you. People may have failed you. His love has not. Place one hand lightly over your heart. Feel the slow beat under your palm. Every beat is happening inside a love that does not fail. You reward everyone according to what they have done. This line can sound heavy, but listen gently. The one who sees your secret fears also sees your secret faithfulness, the quiet prayers, the small kindnesses, the patient endurance in hidden rooms. Nothing has been invisible to Him. You do not have to keep your own record tonight. You do not have to audit your life in this bed. You are allowed to rest in the simple truth. Power belongs to God. Unfailing love is with Him. Your soul finds rest in God alone. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If old worries return, let them pass like waves that reach the shore and then slip back into the sea. If harsh voices from the past speak up, let them fade like wind against the wall of a quiet house. You are not held up by your own strength. You are resting on a rock. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night is quiet and deep now. Most of the world around you has gone to sleep. I sit beside you, here and now. Your body is on the bed. Your thoughts may still be walking. Some walk back into the past. Some wander into tomorrow. Some stand in the present and say very quietly, I am dry inside. Psalm 63 begins there. You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you, in a dry and parched land where there is no water. Dry and parched land. Maybe that is how your heart feels. Prayers feel thin. Words feel few. The day has taken more than it seemed to give. The psalm does not pretend you are always overflowing. It says, You are my God. I thirst for you. You can pray that even if you do not feel very spiritual tonight. You are my God. I thirst for you. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale as if that breath itself is your quiet. I seek you. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory. There were times when God felt clearer to you, moments in worship, moments in nature, moments in deep relief after a hard season. You have seen him in your own sanctuary places. A church, a small room, a hospital bed, a quiet walk. You may not feel that clarity now, but the memory is still true. You did not imagine him. You met him. And the one you met there is the same one who is with you in this simple room tonight. Because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. Better than life. Life brings many good things: food, laughter, people, light. It also brings pain, loss, change, aging, parting. God's love is steady under it all. Better than life because it outlasts life. Your body changes. Your strength changes. His love does not. You may not feel able to glorify him with big words, but a small, soft whisper can still say, Your love is better than life. Thank you for loving me. Under your wings I rest. I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. As long as I live, you have already done this more than you remember. Little prayers, small songs, brief looks upward in hard moments. Now, lifting your hands might be difficult. You can lift them in your heart instead. You can let the slight rise and fall of your chest be your worship. My soul will be satisfied as with the richest of foods. With singing lips, my mouth will praise you. Rich food satisfies from the inside. You may have had to limit many foods with time, but the satisfaction this psalm speaks of is not about the tongue. It is about the soul. You have tasted little moments of that deep satisfaction. A peace that came from nowhere. A sense of being held. A quiet joy that did not match the circumstances. Those were sips of this promise. More will come, I fear. I breathe. I surrender. On my bed, I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night. Now the psalm steps directly into your scene. On my bed. Not in a crowd, not on a mountain. On my bed, I remember you. You do not have to perform great acts of devotion tonight. Remembering can be enough. Remembering that He has kept you to this very hour. Remembering that He did not leave you in past nights when you thought you would break. Remembering that He is still the same. I think of you through the watches of the night. The night comes in pieces. First watch, second watch, third watch. You may wake more than once. Each waking can be a small watch where you think of Him for just a breath before you drift again. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. You are my help, not were, are, not only in youth, not only in strong years, now, in this age, in this season, in this body. You may not sing with volume, but the psalm says you sing in the shadow of His wings. Even a whisper of His name, even a silent thank you inside your chest is part of that song. You do not sing alone. Under your wings, I rest. I cling to you. Your right hand upholds me. Cling. Some days, you have clung to God with all you had. Other days, your grip has felt weak, slipping, uncertain. But listen to the second half. Your right hand upholds me. Your clinging is not what keeps you safe. His holding does. Even when your fingers feel too tired to hold on, His hand has never let go. You can say gently, I cling to you as I am. Hold me as you are. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hands rest open on the blanket. Let your head sink fully into the pillow. You do not have to hold yourself up. You are being held. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Those who seek my life to destroy it will go down to the depths of the earth. The psalm speaks of enemies and battles. You have known your own enemies. Fear, loneliness, lies in your mind, voices that spoke harm. One day, all that opposes God in and around you will be gone. They will not have the last word. God will. And His last word over you will not be failure or not enough. It will be mine. The King will rejoice in God. All who swear by God will glory in Him, while the mouths of liars will be silenced. One day, every lying mouth, outside and inside, will go quiet. The liar that calls you worthless, the fear that says you are alone, the shame that says you are beyond help, all of them will be silenced. What will remain is rejoicing in God. Not noisy excitement, a deep, steady joy that does not shake. Already now, in this small room, you share in that future. You are one who has called on His name. You are one who has thirsted for Him. He has not forgotten that thirst. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. Your heart has wanted God in its own way through the years. He has seen every small yes. You can pray very simply. You are my God. I thirst for you. On my bed I remember you. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now I rest in you. If your mind wanders, bring it back with one small line. I think of you through the watches of the night. If fear dries your throat, answer it quietly. My soul thirsts, but you are my God. You are not left alone in a dry land. There is a hidden spring running under this night. The love of the one who holds you. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night is deeper now. The house is quiet. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks, then stops. I sit beside you, here and now. You are not alone in this room. We have walked through green pastures. We have stood on hills and by streams. Now we come to a psalm of shelter. Psalm 91. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Shelter, rest, shadow. These are night words. Words for people who lie awake and listen to their own breathing and feel their own heart and wonder if they are safe. You may know that feeling tonight. A small unease in the chest, a question at the edge of the mind. We start here, very simply. There is a shelter. You do not have to build it. You are invited to dwell in it. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale, as if you are stepping inside a warm, quiet house. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Refuge, fortress, big words for a tired heart. Refuge is a place you run to, not a place you run from. Fortress is not just stone. It is strength that outlasts the storm. You are not asked to be the fortress. You are invited to lean against one. Let your shoulders lean a little heavier against the pillow. Let your back feel the support beneath it. You do not have to hold yourself up all the time. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. The psalm speaks the language of old dangers, snares, disease. Your dangers have new names now, numbers on a test, bills on a table, headlines on a screen, loneliness in a small room, The shapes have changed. The shepherd has not. He knows every trap set for your peace. He knows every sickness that has brushed your body, or the bodies of those you love. He is not surprised. He is not helpless. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. This is the heart of the psalm. Under his wings, not under an idea, not under a perfect behavior record. Under him. I picture a large bird in a cold night, wings spread, chest warm, little ones hidden close to the body where the wind cannot reach. You are one of those little ones. You are not the one doing the covering. You are the one being covered. Let that sink into your body. Feel the weight of the blanket. Imagine it as a wing, soft, warm, safe. You do not have to be strong to be under a wing. You just have to stay there. Under your wings, I rest. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. Your shield tonight is not your wisdom, not your effort, not your careful plans. Your shield is his faithfulness. The times he carried you when you did not notice, the days your heart kept beating while you worried about other things. You have been kept more times than you can count. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. The psalm names the full day of fear, night terror, day arrow, hidden sickness, sudden loss. All the ways a human heart can flinch. Maybe you have known some of these. Nights when thoughts raced. Days when words cut. Hospital rooms. Phone calls that changed everything. The psalm does not say these things never come. It says you will not fear them in the same way. Not because you became brave, because you are not facing them alone. Let your jaw loosen. Let your tongue rest softly in your mouth. Let the muscles around your eyes soften. You do not have to keep watch all by yourself. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. The numbers are large. They picture a field of collapse. Maybe you look around your life and see people who have fallen away, some to illness, some to age, some to their own choices. It can feel like you are standing in a thin place, like the ground under you is narrow. But the psalm whispers, your story is not decided by the crowd. You are held by a hand. If you say, "The Lord is my refuge," and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. Tent is a small word. It means ordinary life, not a palace, not a fortress you built, just your corner, your bed, your cup. God promises to come close to that place, to guard that tent. Let your hands rest open on the blanket, unclenched, unarmed. You do not have to be on guard tonight. You are being guarded. For he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. Angels are not soft decorations here. They are guards on the night shift, silent, present, attentive. You may not see them, you may not feel them, but the psalm says there is more around you than your eyes report. More care, more watch, more kindness. You have not walked alone in hospital corridors. You have not sat alone in waiting rooms. You have not lain alone in this bed. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. Here, God himself speaks. Because he loves me. Your love for God may feel small, thin, uneven, but he notices it. He calls it love. A sigh can be love. A whispered, Lord, help, can be love. A simple, I am still here with you at the end of a long day, is love. I will rescue him. Rescue may not look like every wish granted, but it always looks like God refusing to let you slip out of his hands. I will protect him. Protection is not the absence of storms. It is the presence of God in the storm, holding what truly matters where no wave can steal it. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I will answer. I will be with. I will deliver. I will honor. I will satisfy. I will show. These are God's verbs, not yours. Tonight your verbs are smaller. Breathe, rest, receive. Place one hand gently on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. You do not have to know how tomorrow will unfold. You do not have to solve your whole life in this hour. You are under wings. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If fear visits, let it stand at the edge of the tent. It does not get to sit on your chest. If old memories knock, let them stay on the porch. The door is covered in feathered shadow. You are inside, kept, watched, loved. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night is deep and gentle. The house is quiet. Only a small light keeps you company. I sit beside you here and now. Your body carries many years. Your heart carries many memories. Some are soft and kind. Some are heavy. Some you do not like to look at. Psalm 103 is a psalm for a heart that remembers its own failures and wonders how God remembers them. Praise the Lord, my soul. All my inmost being, praise his holy name. Praise the Lord, my soul, and forget not all his benefits. The psalm begins by talking to itself. Praise the Lord, my soul. Sometimes the soul needs to be gently led like a tired child by the hand. You may not feel full of praise. You may feel empty. You may feel numb. That is all right. You can still borrow this line quietly inside. Praise the Lord, my soul. Remember, He has been good to me. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale as if you are breathing out a small, simple thank you. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Who forgives all your sins and heals all your diseases. Who redeems your life from the pit and crowns you with love and compassion. Forgives, heals, redeems, crowns. 4 gentle hands on your story. You have sins, so do I. Words you regret, choices you wish you could take back. Moments when you walked away from what you knew was right. Who forgives all your sins. Not some, not only the small ones, all. In Christ, your failures do not sit on your chest forever. They are taken up and carried away. You have wounds, too, in body, in heart. Heals all your diseases. Some healing you have already tasted, wounds that closed, fears that softened, old pains that no longer rule you. Some healing you are still waiting for. One day, all that is broken in you will be made whole, even the parts you have learned to accept as normal. Who redeems your life from the pit. There were pits you fell into, dark seasons, sharp nights. Some you walked into yourself. Some opened beneath you without warning. Yet here you are. He did not leave you there. He climbed down into those deep places and brought you back up. More times than you know. Who crowns you with love and compassion. You may not wear a crown of gold. Your real crown is made of something softer. His love, His compassion, resting on your life like a quiet wreath. You are not crowned with shame in His eyes. You are crowned with mercy. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let your neck relax. Let your head rest heavier on the pillow. Under your wings, I rest. Who satisfies your desires with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. Your body is not young now. You feel the limits, joints, breath, pace. This verse does not promise you will feel 20 again. It speaks of something deeper, a kind of inner youth that God renews even in an aging body. Hope that still wakes. Trust that still breathes. A softness in the heart that has not turned to stone. He has satisfied you with many good things over the years. Faces you loved, meals you shared, laughs you remember, moments of help, glimpses of beauty. They were all gifts from the same hand. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. Compassionate, gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. Sit with those 4. Compassionate, He feels with you. Gracious, He gives what you do not deserve. Slow to anger, He does not explode in rage at your weakness. Abounding in love, He is not stingy with His affection. You may have known people who were quick to anger and slow to forgive. God is the opposite. He is slow to anger. He is rich in mercy. He will not always accuse, nor will he harbor his anger forever. He does not treat us as our sins deserve, or repay us according to our iniquities. You know what your sins deserve. If every harsh thought, every selfish act, every cold word were piled up, you would not want to stand under that weight. But the psalm says, He does not treat you as your sins deserve. The deserved weight fell on Jesus. From that day on, what comes to you is mercy. Even discipline has mercy woven through it. Let your hands rest open on the blanket. Let your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest easy in your mouth. You are not living tonight under a hanging hammer. You are living under merciful hands. Under your wings I rest. For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is His love for those who fear Him. As far as the east is from the west, so far has He removed our transgressions from us. High above, far away. His love is higher than your understanding. Your forgiven sins are farther than your reach. East and west never meet. The things you keep remembering and bringing back to condemn yourself, He has already carried them out of sight. You may still feel their echo. He does not hold them against you in Christ. As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear Him. For He knows how we are formed. He remembers that we are dust. He remembers that we are dust. You feel that dust in your bones, in your joints, in your forgetfulness, in your limits. God is not disappointed by your humanity. He is not shocked by your weakness. He knows how you are formed. He is the one who formed you. When you sigh, when you cannot do what you used to do, when you fail again in some old way, He remembers dust, and His compassion leans in closer, not farther away. Let that thought wrap gently around your heart. You do not have to pretend to be made of steel. You are dust, held together by love. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. But from everlasting to everlasting, the Lord's love is with those who fear Him, and His righteousness with their children's children. From everlasting to everlasting, your life sits inside that long line. His love for you did not begin when you first believed. It was there before you were born. His love for you will not end when your body stops. It will carry you through death and beyond. And His care is not only for you. His righteousness reaches toward your children, grandchildren, those you have prayed for, those you worry about when the house is quiet. You cannot be with them always. He can. You cannot hold them. He can. Under your wings I rest. Praise the Lord, my soul. The psalm ends where it began. You may not be able to praise with loud voice. You can praise with quiet trust, with simple thanks, with letting go of the self-accusations He has already forgiven. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. You can say, even only inside, you remember that I am dust. You have forgiven me. You have crowned me with love and compassion. Your love is from everlasting to everlasting. I fear, I breathe, I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now I rest in you. If old guilt returns, you can answer it gently. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed my sin from me. If shame whispers, you can let it fade like a voice in another room. You do not belong to shame. You belong to the one who remembers you are dust and loves you still. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings I rest. Here and now I rest in you. Night has fallen gently over the house. Most sounds have faded. Only the small noises remain. Breath, blanket, the soft whisper of your thoughts. I sit beside you, here and now. You have carried many worries today, some about your own body, some about people you love, some about a world that feels more broken than you can mend. Psalm 94 knows what it is to feel overwhelmed inside and confused by what you see outside. Lord, the wicked are jubilant. They pour out arrogant words. All the evildoers are full of boasting. You have seen this too. People who do harm and seem to get away with it. Voices that speak loudly, without kindness, without mercy. Sometimes it feels like no one is watching, like injustice is winning. The psalm does not pretend this is not real. It brings it, raw, into the presence of God. You can do the same. Lord, you see what I see. It troubles me. I do not understand. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale, as if you are letting that confusion rise gently toward him. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Does he who fashioned the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? These questions are like soft lamps in a dark hallway. He made the ear, he hears. He made the eye, he sees. He is not deaf to the cries of the weak. He is not blind to the pain of the gentle. That includes you. He has heard what was done to you. He has seen where you were not treated fairly. You do not have to convince him that something was wrong. He already knows. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. You are not the only witness to your story. Under your wings, I rest. The Lord knows all human plans. He knows that they are futile. So many plans have passed through your life, your own, other people's, the world's. Some seemed strong but did not last. Some never even began. Some hurt others. The psalm says God has never been fooled by proud plans. He knows how fragile they are. This can bring a quiet relief. You do not have to fix everything people have broken. You do not have to manage every outcome. You can let God be the one who understands the whole map. Blessed is the one you discipline, Lord, the one you teach from your law. You grant them relief from days of trouble, till a pit is dug for the wicked. Discipline here is not punishment. It is a slow teaching. Through many years, God has been teaching you, through Scripture, through people, through both joys and sorrows. He has been making your heart softer, deeper, more able to trust. Relief from days of trouble does not always mean no more problems. It can mean moments of peace right in the middle of them. You have known those small reliefs. A phone call at the right time. A doctor who cared. A friend who stayed. A verse that came to mind when you needed it most.
Those were not random. They were God's hand on your shoulder in hard days. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. For the Lord will not reject his people. He will never forsake his inheritance. He will not reject. He will never forsake. Rejection leaves a sharp mark. You may have been rejected by people, by systems, by places where you hoped to be safe. But you are not rejected by him. Never forsake. Not when you were young, not now. Not when your body slows, not when memories blur. You are his inheritance, something he cherishes, not something he discards. Let your back sink more fully into the mattress or chair. Let your hands rest open on the blanket. You are not on trial tonight. You are held. Under your wings, I rest. Who will rise up for me against the wicked? Who will stand up for me against evildoers? You may have asked a similar question. Who will stand with me? Who will speak for me? Who truly sees what I have gone through? There were times no human voice seemed to answer, but the psalm finishes the thought. Unless the Lord had given me help, I would soon have dwelt in the silence of death. The Lord has given you help, again and again. Some of it you noticed. Some of it was quiet and hidden. Even tonight, he is the one keeping your heart beating, your lungs moving, your soul held. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. When I said, my foot is slipping, your unfailing love, Lord, supported me. You have felt your own foot slipping into fear, into anger, into despair, into exhaustion. You may have felt more than once, I cannot hold on. I'm going to fall into a place I cannot return from. But the psalm says it was God's unfailing love that supported you, not your discipline, not your strong mind, not your ability to stay positive. His unfailing love. The love that stayed on nights you thought you were alone. The love that carried you through seasons you did not think you would survive. Let that love be the floor under you now. Not a thin floor, a solid one. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Anxiety was great within me. You know this line. chest tight, mind racing, worries stacked like heavy books on a small shelf. The psalm does not shame you for anxiety. It simply names it, great within me. But it places one more reality beside it. Your consolation brought me joy. Consolation is gentle comfort, a hand on your arm, a word at the right time, a sense deep down that you are not alone. Joy here does not mean loud laughter. It can mean a very quiet warmth under the fear, a small, steady light under the door of the night. You may feel only a little of that right now. That is all right. Joy is not a test you must pass. It is a gift He brings, sometimes in whispers, sometimes in waves. Under your wings I rest. But the Lord has become my fortress, and my God the rock in whom I take refuge. Fortress, rock, refuge. These words have visited us again and again. They visit you now one more time. The Lord has become your fortress. Not will become one day, if you try hard enough. Has become. Through all your years, He has been quietly building walls of protection around your soul. Your God is the rock in whom you take refuge. You do not hide in ideas. You do not hide in your own strength. You hide in Him. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. Even if your anxiety feels great within you, He is greater around you. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If anxious thoughts return, let them come and go like waves touching the shore and then sliding back. You do not have to chase each one. If memories of injustice rise, you can answer them gently, even only inside. You see, you hear. You will not forsake me. When my foot was slipping, your unfailing love supported me. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Then let those thoughts move to the edges of the room while you remain here, small, tired, safe, under wings. Tonight, you do not have to hold the whole world in your hands. You rest. He rules. You breathe. He keeps. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night is quiet around us now. The room is small and still. Your body is tired. Your story is long. I sit beside you, here and now. There have been days in your life when you were sure you would not make it through. Psalm 116 is a song for someone who has already walked very close to the edge and is still here. I love the Lord, for He heard my voice. He heard my cry for mercy. Because He turned His ear to me, I will call on Him as long as I live. I love the Lord, not because life was easy, but because He heard. He heard your voice in hospital rooms, in lonely kitchens, in late-night hallways, in this very bed. He heard your cry for mercy, not polished words, not beautiful prayers, just raw, tired, real. Because he turned his ear to you, you can keep calling as long as you live. Not because you are strong, because he is listening. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale as if your breath itself were saying, Lord, thank you for hearing me. I fear, I breathe. I surrender. The cords of death entangled me. The anguish of the grave came over me. I was overcome by distress and sorrow. Then I called on the name of the Lord. Lord, save me.
The psalm does not hide how bad it felt. Entangled, anguish, overcome. You know those words. Maybe in a sick body. Maybe in a breaking heart. Maybe in long grey days when you saw no way forward. Sometimes all you managed was a short prayer. Lord, save me. Not long, not fancy. But the psalm says that was enough. God does not measure the length of your prayer. He hears the weight of it. He knows what Lord, save me has meant in your life. Save me from fear. Save me from despair. Save me from my own mistakes. Save me from being alone. And he has been answering in many ways, seen and unseen. Under your wings I rest. The Lord is gracious and righteous. Our God is full of compassion. The Lord protects the unwary. When I was brought low, he saved me. Gracious, righteous, full of compassion. Not thin with compassion, full. You may feel you should have known better at certain points in your life, but the psalm says he protects the unwary, the ones who did not see clearly, the ones who were naive, the ones who walked into hurt without realizing. When you were brought low, he saved you. Sometimes with sudden help, sometimes just by keeping you from completely breaking. You are here, breathing. That too is his saving. Return to your rest, my soul, for the Lord has been good to you. Your soul forgets to rest. It braces. It rehearses old scenes. It worries forward into tomorrow. The psalm speaks to the soul like you would speak to a trembling child. Come back. Return. It is time to rest again. The Lord has been good to you. Not everything has been easy. Nothing hurt. But underneath it all, he has been good to you. Holding, forgiving, rescuing, keeping. Let your shoulders drop a little. Let your back sink more fully into the mattress. Let your hands rest open on the blanket. You can whisper inside. Return to your rest, my soul. The Lord has been good to me. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. For you, Lord, have delivered me from death, my eyes from tears, my feet from stumbling, that I may walk before the Lord in the land of the living. Delivered from death. You have walked close to it, perhaps more than once. Accidents, illness,
nights when you were not sure you would wake. And yet your eyes are still here in this room. Some tears have dried. Some stumblings have not become final falls. You are still walking before the Lord in the land of the living. Even if your steps are small now, even if most of your walking is from bed to chair, God counts these steps as precious. He is not disappointed that you cannot run. He delights that you are still walking with Him. I trusted in the Lord when I said, I am greatly afflicted. You trusted Him not by pretending you were fine, but by telling the truth. I am afflicted. I hurt. I am not okay. Honest trust is still trust. Under your wings I rest. What shall I return to the Lord for all His goodness to me? I will lift up the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. What could you possibly give back for all the ways He has kept you? The psalm answers simply, lift up the cup. Call on His name. Tonight, lifting the cup can be this. You offer Him your tired heart, your worn-out body, your few small prayers, and you say, here I am. I still belong to you. You call on His name, Jesus, Lord, my God. That is a gift He loves. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of His faithful servants. This line can feel heavy, but listen gently. Your life and your death are precious to Him. You are not a number on a long list. You are a dear one, known by name, followed by His gaze, from first breath to last. When the time comes, your final breath will not be ignored. He will be nearer than anyone else in the room. But tonight is not about the moment of dying. Tonight is about this. Even now, long before that final moment, you are precious in His sight. Place one hand lightly on your chest. Feel the slow rise and fall. Each beat matters to Him. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Truly, I am your servant, Lord. I serve you just as my mother did. You have freed me from my chains. You may look back and think, I did not serve perfectly. But God remembers every small act of love, every quiet prayer for others, every hidden kindness, every time you chose to forgive when you could have hardened. He calls that service, and He has been loosening chains in you, chains of fear, chains of guilt, chains of bitterness. Some are already gone. Some are in the process of falling. One day, none will remain. I will sacrifice a thank offering to you and call on the name of the Lord. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all His people. Your thank offering tonight is not an animal on an altar. It is your gratitude, small and sincere. Thank you that I am still here. Thank you that you heard me on my worst days. Thank you that you will not leave me on my last day. You fulfill your vows now simply by staying with Him, by letting this night be another quiet yes to His presence. Under your wings I rest. Praise the Lord. The psalm ends in simple praise. You may end this night in simple rest. Place one hand lightly on your heart again. You can say, even only in your thoughts, I love you, Lord, for you heard my voice. Return to your rest, my soul. The Lord has been good to me. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If memories of old dangers return, let them stand at the edge of the room. If fear of the future whispers, answer softly. You heard me then. You are with me now. You will not leave me later. You are the one he heard on your worst days. You are the one he is holding in this quiet night. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night has settled. The sky is dark and still. Somewhere far away, a few cars pass. Then the road grows quiet again. I sit beside you, here and now. Your eyes may be heavy. Your mind may not be. We come to a short psalm for travelers and for the sleepless. Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? The question rises first, not the answer. You have asked your own questions. Where will help come from now? Who will understand? Who will stay? The psalm does not rush to silence the question. It lets the eyes lift. It lets the heart look around and feel its need. Right here, in this room, you are allowed to feel your need too. Inhale slowly. Hold for a moment. Exhale as if you are looking up, quietly, from the middle of your worries. My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Help comes from a person, not just from a plan. The maker of heaven and earth is not confused by your situation. He who shaped galaxies is not afraid of your next step. The one who set the curve of the hills, the line of the rivers, the stretch of the sky, is the one who bends close to listen to you in this bed. You are not asking a small God for a big favor. You are resting your weight on the one who made everything you have ever seen. I fear, I breathe, I surrender. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. Your feet may have slipped before, into choices, into fear, into days you did not plan. You may feel unsteady now. Balance not what it once was. Steps slower, body more careful. But the psalm says, He will not let your foot slip in the way that truly matters. He who watches over you does not fall asleep on duty. You get tired. He does not. You close your eyes. He does not. You lose track of your own thoughts. He does not lose track of you. Let your body feel the safety of that. You are allowed to rest because someone else stays awake. Let your shoulders sink a little deeper into the mattress. Let your neck release some of its grip. Let your hands open softly on the blanket. You do not have to be the one who never sleeps. Under your wings, I rest. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. Shade and watch. In the bright hours, he shields. In the dark hours, he stays. The psalm speaks of sun and moon as if they could harm. You may know other lights that have felt harsh. Bright rooms, white corridors, screens that never go dark. You may know nights that felt too long, where the moon and clock both seemed to stare. But the psalm says, you are not exposed. You are not abandoned to the heat of the day or the lonely glow of the night. The Lord is your shade. Close. Right hand close. Not a distant cloud, but a nearness that stands beside you. Let your eyes soften. If they wish, let them close. Imagine a gentle shade drawn over your mind. Not to shut God out, to shut anxiety out. You sit, you lie under a quiet shelter that moves with you. I fear. I breathed. I surrender. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. All harm. This does not mean you will never feel pain. You already have. It does not mean you will never walk through hard things. You already did. It means nothing can touch the deepest you without passing through His hands. He will watch over your life. Not just your schedule, not just your tasks, your life, the story of you, your tears, your joys, your quiet little acts of love that no one else remembered. He has not lost one page. Let your hand rest lightly on your chest. Feel the slow beat. He watches over this. He has watched over it from the beginning. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Coming and going. Once that meant busy days, doors opening and closing, trips, visits, journeys. Now, your coming and going may be smaller, from bed to chair, from room to room, from waking to sleeping, and back again. But the promise has not shrunk. Every small coming, every small going, every time you get up, every time you lie down, He is there, now, and forevermore. You are not walking in and out of His care. You are moving inside it. Under your wings, I rest. Tonight, your eyes may grow heavy. Your thoughts may slow and break apart like soft clouds. You do not have to hold on to every line we have read. You can let the psalm hold on to you. My help comes from the Lord. Let that be like a small lantern somewhere by the bed. He will not let your foot slip. Let that be like a steady hand near your elbow. He who watches over you will neither slumber nor sleep. Let that be like a quiet guard sitting through the night at the door of your room. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If worries walk by, Let them pass like figures on a distant road. If fear knocks, let it stay outside the gate. The one who never sleeps is awake for you. You are kept. You are watched. You are loved. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. Night settles over the roof like a soft blanket. The window holds a faint glow. I sit beside you, here and now. We have walked through many psalms tonight. Valleys, pastures, streams. Now we come to a psalm that steps very close. Psalm 139. It does not talk about enemies first. It does not talk about storms first. It talks about you. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. The line is simple and deep. You are seen through, not with a cold light, not with a hard stare. This is not a police search. This is a gentle knowing, a knowing that stays. You know when I sit and when I rise. We start there, with small things, sitting, standing. You are known in the ordinary. When you lower yourself onto the chair, when you push yourself up from the bed. Nothing is too small for God to notice. No sigh wasted, no shift of weight ignored. Let your body feel that for a moment. Notice where you are sitting or lying. Feel the way the mattress or chair holds you up. You are not invisible. Not here. Not to him. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. You perceive my thoughts from afar. Your mind may feel far from God tonight, distracted, foggy, overtired. But the psalm says he is not confused by your thoughts. He reads the tangle. He sees the knots. He understands the thought before you finish the sentence, before you even start it. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You do not have to perform prayer. You do not have to impress God with neat phrases. He knows the word before it touches your lips. He hears the feeling before it becomes sound. Let your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest loose in your mouth. You do not have to force the right words. If all you can manage is, Lord, I am tired, that is enough. Under your wings, I rest. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Hem is a gentle word. A hem keeps fabric from fraying. It does not crush. It holds the edge together. You are hemmed in by God. Behind, before, not trapped, kept. There is a hand on you tonight, not pressing down, just resting, like a parent's hand on the back of a sleeping child. Not to wake, only to say, I am here. Feel the blanket or the sheet over you. Imagine the quiet weight of God's hand on top of that. Not heavy, just enough to calm the ribs. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. You do not have to understand all this. You do not have to explain how God can know everything and still be kind. You are allowed to say, "This is too high for me," and still be safe. Wonder can be a blanket. Mystery can be a roof. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? These questions are not a threat. They are comfort in question form. If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. You may not travel with your body anymore, but your thoughts travel far. They run ahead to the future. They wander back to old scenes. The psalm says, God is already in both places. You cannot outrun his stride. You cannot outsink his depth. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. You may feel hidden tonight, hidden in sadness, hidden in confusion, hidden in a body that does not do what it once did. But the psalm answers gently. The darkness is not dark to him. He sees you without squinting. He walks this night without stumbling. He carries you without dropping. Let your eyes be as soft or as closed as they wish. You do not have to hold on to the light. He holds you in the dark. Under your wings I rest. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. The psalm turns to beginnings, not the beginning of the universe, the beginning of you. You were not thrown together. You were not an accident in God's hands. You were knitted, thread by thread, cell by cell, hidden and held. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Maybe it is hard to say that now, when joints hurt, when the mirror feels unkind. But the psalm is not speaking of beauty contests. It is speaking of design. You are wonderfully made because you were intentionally made. Your days have never been random. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. You do not have to invent your worth. You receive it. Let your hand rest on your chest now. Feel the slow beat under your palm. This life did not start by accident. It is not carried tonight by accident. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. You may feel you have run out of good thoughts about yourself. Old words from others echo. Harsh labels stick. But God's thoughts about you are many, gentle, persistent, pure, too many to count, too soft to crush you. We let that picture settle. A beach at night, stars above, sand underfoot. Every grain, a thought of God toward you, not one forgotten. Not one lost to the tide. When I awake, I am still with you. The line rises like dawn in the poem. You may sleep and wake many times in the night. You may forget your prayers by morning. But when you wake, you do not wake alone. Still with you. Not with your anger not with your disappointment, with you. Let that be enough. Not answers, not guarantees. Presence. The psalm does not hide the hard lines. It speaks of evil, of hatred, of pain. We do not lean on those words tonight. We simply notice they are there, then place even our anger into God's larger hands. When I awake, a thought of God. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Search me, know my heart. These are not words of fear. They are permission. You let God look into the drawers of your soul, into the closets, into the basement. He already knows what is there. But when you say, "Search me," you stop hiding the keys. Know my anxious thoughts. You do not have to hide your anxiety. You hand it over, trembling and real. Lead me. You are not asked to lead yourself through the rest of your life. You are asked to be led. Let your shoulders drop one more small notch. Let the breath soften. You can pray this simply now. Search me. Know me. Lead me. I fear. I breathe. I surrender. Under your wings, I rest. Here and now, I rest in you. If thoughts return, let them drift by like slow clouds across a quiet moon. If old fears knock, let them sit outside on the porch. The door is shut. The lamp inside is low and warm. You are known. You are held. You are led. Tonight, that is enough. Under your wings I rest. Here and now, I rest in you.